Subiaco Arts Centre is a busy, multi-purpose venue with a comfortable foyer and bar area all in the heart of Subiaco. Subiaco Arts Centre is dedicated to bringing you new and exciting events and is proud to support Perth Star.
Perth, the most isolated city in the world. Home to thousands of artists struggling to launch their singing careers. Many have been forced to move over east or overseas just to have any chance of becoming a star. Well, now there's hope.
A new singing competition is here for Perth singers to get much needed exposure, as well as contact and experience in the music industry. Now we know we've got world-class singers here in Perth, and it's our job to find them and give them a leg up in the industry. Who knows, we might even be looking at the next Cassie Davis or Bob Evans. My name's Hans Brukel, and for the next 13 weeks, join me as we find out who's going to be the first Perth star.
Show the lights are burning and flow. You are the star. The camera's taking a shot. The house is shaking, it's hot. They wanna see what you got. That's who you are. This is your moment. This is the place where you are. Step out and sing it loud because you are a star.
The auditions were held at the Subiaco Arts Centre in January. The amount of people that showed up was amazing.
Hey, look at all the people behind me. Who's excited?
With an open age limit, we were bound to find incredible Perth talent from young and old. Whether they were labourers or already gigging, the talent that arose was astounding.
People keep talking, they can say what they like, but all I know is everything's gonna be alright.
In the next couple of weeks, you'll see the contestants narrowed down to 30,
This is your Perth Star Top 30!
where they'll battle it out to get a spot in the top 10. There, they'll have to sing to a live studio audience backed by a band for the first time. The contestants will transform from first-time performers to potential stars. It'll be packed with exciting theme nights, special guest judges, amazing guest singers, and breathtaking performances by the contestants. Volunteering their time to observe the contestants' progress throughout the competition are the 3 judges from varying musical backgrounds.
Hi, I'm Sonia Deanne. I'm a singer-songwriter and a judge on Perth Star.
I don't mind it, I don't mind at all. Yeah, it's like
I started singing when I was 8 years old. I'm from a family of 11 children, and my mum and dad are both singers and have been performing since I can remember anyway. And so they kind of had all of us sing and perform. We'd go and perform for the old folks or for hospitals, children's wards. We just sort of went, a whole trip of us, like the Von Trapps.
and every night the passion's there, so it's gotta be right.
12 years ago, I was touring the US and I had an accident, and I was partly paralysed from that accident. I came home not sure what it was I was going to do, and decided that since I couldn't really get up on stage and do too much at that point, I would challenge myself a little more, and I began teaching. My students are all over the world at this point, in London, some have recorded for Disney, across Australia, they're everywhere. Very proud of them, they're doing well in singing and in acting. I was actually approached to become the producer of a national production called Storm the Stage. Seeing those young people, where they start from and where they finish on that national final night, it's extraordinary. It's not tiny amounts, it's leaps and bounds. It's absolutely huge. The biggest thing that I'm looking for are journeys. I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to find somebody who can take me somewhere I haven't been before. People think getting up there and just opening your mouth and having the band fill the space is enough, but it just isn't. Especially as a solo artist, it isn't. You need to have journeys. You need to go on it and I need to go on it. I'm hoping Perth Star is going to deliver that we will find some amazing young people. We know they can sing. I don't really think that's the issue. I'm positive they're going to all be amazing singers.
With your arms
Hi, I'm Libby Hammer and I'm a jazz singer. I'm also one of the judges on Perth Star.
In the hands of fate, prevaricate if you must, but just
I've always been interested in performing since I was a young child. I was involved in some stage shows as a kid and I thought I was going to be a big Broadway star. I heard jazz music quite late in life. I was about 19 and I just thought it was the coolest music I'd ever heard. And so rather than follow the musical theatre route, I went into jazz. I've had a jazz band for must be 14 years now called Hypnotoast. We've just been doing gigs all this time and learning the trade. My band tends to play all of the jazz clubs in town, so Jazz Fremantle, the Perth Jazz Society, and more recently, since it's been opened, the Ellington Jazz Club. We play there quite a bit. We have done a few little tours overseas and to the eastern states, which has been really fun. Hard work, but it's all part of it. I'm married to a guitarist. We actually met when we were studying jazz music together at Edith County University at Whopper there, because he was a jazz musician back then. We have a daughter, she's 2.5, and she has very long spindly fingers, so we're thinking she's going to be a piano player.
great big beautiful life.
Hi, my name's Tony Edwards. I'm an ex-talent scout for EMI Records in London and I'm going to be judging Perth Star. Prior to joining EMI in 1990, I'd worked as a musician and that started back in 1983 when I was involved in a band called Hoecam. We signed quite quickly to a label run by Gary Newman, who was a big pop star in England at the time. That was quite an interesting story. I'd been rejected by a lot of major labels, like most musicians. A friend of mine knew where Gary lived, so we actually drove around there and put a demo tape in his mailbox. It just so happened he was actually leaving Warner Brothers at the time and setting up his own label, and we were the first act that he signed to it. We released our first single on the Newman label in 1984 and toured with Gary as a support act in that year as well. It was very much an 80s band. It was very sort of synth-driven electronic drums, which everybody in the 80s was playing. I'd grown up playing an acoustic kit, but yeah, we switched to electric and I went with them. I joined EMI in 1990. I was involved in the promotion and marketing of quite a few of the artists that were signed to EMI at the time. That included Crowded House, Robbie Williams, Kylie Minogue and Sinead O'Connor. I was a huge fan of Sinead's. She's a really interesting character, didn't disappoint at all. I was also a big fan of Morrissey. He was massively successful and influential in England and America, and I spent a fair amount of time working on his stuff. I got sent to see all kinds of bands. You'd be sort of running about London all over the night, just watching bands. I remember seeing Radiohead play to a club of about 50 people. It's funny when you meet famous people, they do have a certain aura about them. It's a confidence, it's definitely a confidence thing, and you'd see it in bands right from the start sometimes when they got signed. The first time they come into the office, people just stop talking and look, and it's part image based and it's part confidence, but it's a definitely noticeable thing, and you can really spot it when it's there.
The winner of Perth Star will receive the chance to work with professional songwriters to produce original songs for their debut EP. Studio time with Jericho Music and Perth Sound Recording Studio, as well as 100 produced copies of their EP, thanks to Procopy. A photo shoot by Olivia Grace Photography with hair and makeup provided, and a video clip to be shown around the country. We kick off the auditions, which sees contestants from Rockingham, Kalamunda, Clarkson and everywhere in between down here to compete. Even people from Kalgoorlie have made the effort to be here today.
So without any further ado, let's start the auditions! Whoa. in the boob.
One of the first and youngest contestants to arrive was Jennifer from Kalgoorlie.
Jennifer, you're from Kalgoorlie
Yes.
and you're only 13.
Yes.
You're incredibly talented, aren't you?
Yes.
See, people like you make me sick, because when I was 13, I was still playing with Lego and trying not to wet the bed.
Haha.
Jennifer has been performing all around WA for years on street corners, at local taverns and country music festivals, hoping one day to become a unique solo artist.
Sounds just like the angels singing. They're never gonna see you again. The bird.
So let's see how Jennifer will go in her audition singing New Divide by Linkin Park.
Give me reason to fill this hole. Connect the space between. Let it be enough to reach the truth that lies across this new divide.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you
Voice,
so much.
Jennifer.
Lovely to hear you sing. Thank you so much, and we'll see you later this afternoon.
As you can see, our judges won't be telling the contestants if they've gotten through until the end of the day, where they will pick the 30 best singers to move on to the next stage of the competition.
Yeah, go on, high five. Bam. What is that? How about I just do that and then you hit me? Boom. That was an appalling high five. We're going to catch up with you later this afternoon, 4 o'clock. Find out if you're in the top 30, okay?
Okay.
Chantel, an experienced performer, is up next.
Hi, I'm Chantel. I'm 25 years old and I'm from Coogee. I've been singing since I was about 5. Yeah, I grew up in a musical family. Everyone sang and danced or did something musical. Whenever there was a special occasion like a birthday or something, my sister and I would get all excited and we would perform shows and things like that, mainly dancing. And we also had like a karaoke machine when they first came out. My dad brought us one and we had a microphone and used to sing quite a bit and just always performing for family and stuff like that. We would sing all sorts of stuff, whatever was out at the time. Yeah, so I've been singing for years and years and always putting on shows for people and performing. I think I was 11 when I performed the first time in public. By 16 I was doing a lot of stuff publicly. I got to perform at all the Portuguese clubs like around Australia. That was a good experience for me.
People might misjudge, say you're not real enough, but nobody's gonna get to you.
So I was singing there one day and I met my now husband, Carlos. I met him there. We hit it off pretty much straight away. But he was only here on holiday. He was from Madeira Islands, which is where my family's from as well, which was quite great, you know, that he was from there as well. But at that time, like, I didn't really speak that much Portuguese because I hadn't used it for a long time and he didn't speak any English, so that was interesting. Yeah, it was sort of like a language of love. Any opinion I need on whether it's clothing or music or songs or something, he's there to listen and he's always giving me his opinions. Yeah, no, they matter and he's always been there to support it.
I just want you close, where you can stay forever. You can be sure that it will only get better. You and me together through the days and nights. Now don't worry, 'cause everything's gonna be alright. People keep talking, they can say what they like, but all I know is everything's gonna be alright. No one can get in the way of what I feel for you. You can get in the